So you're looking at buying a 370Z. Well, today I'm going to tell you 5 of the most common issues you're going to run into on this platform. All right, so the first issue we're going to talk about on the 370Z platform is the steering lock. Now, this mainly affected the early models, like the 2009 to 2012. And what would happen is you would go to get in your car, and the steering lock would not disable, and you wouldn't be able to use your car. You wouldn't be able to go anywhere. That was it was pretty common, mostly just the 09 to 12. I haven't heard of them happening on the 2013 and newer models, which honestly, most of this list is going to be the early models of the 370Z. So another issue the 370Zs have is called axle click. It's where the rear axles don't actually seat properly, and they become loose over time, and the axle nut starts backing out a little bit. It's not a huge issue. It's just it just makes the car sound bad. I'm going to throw in a clip of my car doing it. But yeah, it makes a nice car sound bad. So if you have a nicer 370Z, I don't know, it just takes away from how nice a car is when it doesn't sound healthy. You know, when it's clicking and making noises and making, thunks, things like that. Like, it could be a really nice car, but when it's doing those things, you're like, oh man. So that's one thing that I'm definitely going to fix on this one. But it is a super common, probably the most common issue on this platform. It is the most common thing. In fact, I've seen a lot of them do it. A lot of 370Zs do it. I don't know if it affected the G37s as well, but if you have that answer, please comment it down below. So another very common issue for the 370Z, even the 350Z, is the clutch slave cylinder, the CSC, unfortunately going out. And it's kind of a pain to replace as well, because it's an internal slave, so you have to pull the transmission to replace it in most cases. And what most people will do is they'll just get a CSC delete, so that it's external, and so they don't have to worry about it going bad again, and it's easier to work on at that point. But if it does go out, you may as well go ahead and replace the clutch as well. So, number 4. I don't think I've been going in numerical order, but this will be the 4th one. I'm going to say the oil cooler, and I'm going to say the oil cooler because this car should have came with a better oil cooler. Now, I don't know if the sport package came with anything, different than the base, or the non-sport, I should say. But my car has the sport package, and the oil cooler still can't keep up, just driving on your twisty back roads when it's on the warmer side. I've seen 250 degree oil temps, which is frightening. So yeah, just know that you're not going to be able to push the car that hard when it's warm out. I know somebody's probably going to be like, well, you shouldn't be driving it that hard if, it's warm. Well, I want to enjoy my car, and sometimes I gotta enjoy it in the cold, sometimes I gotta enjoy it when it's hot, so I'm gonna enjoy it either way. And now on to the scariest one, the one that everyone's heard of, and it is the gallery gasket failure. This is very, very common on this platform. And what would happen is this gasket would fail, and you would lose your oil pressure. And you wouldn't know until it's too late and you're putting a new motor in your car. For most people, that's not feasible, and it's too costly. So it's definitely something you want to avoid, but there's really no way to know if it's going to happen unless you install an oil pressure gauge and watch it constantly and make sure, it doesn't get too low. The gasket failure mainly affected the 2009 and 2012 models. However, 13 plus, 2013 and newer, is not out of the woods either. So apparently, what would happen is they fixed the gasket, but they reused the same hardware. So the hardware on the 2013s and newer can back out and also cause your oil pressure to fail. And here you are buying a new engine or having to buy a new car. And that sucks. So now, I don't want to scare anyone, but it is a very common thing for the gallery gasket to fail. So the best thing to do if you're buying a 2009 to 2012 is to, see if it's been done already. And if it hasn't, you might as well go ahead and get it done. It's a pretty involved job. Unless you're pretty mechanically inclined, you're probably not going to do this by yourself or on your own. You're probably going to take it somewhere, and it's expensive. And when you do it, you might as well replace the water pump, the timing chains, the guides, the tensioners, all that, because you're already in there. So the cost adds up real quick, but it's a whole lot cheaper than replacing it with a new engine. And the 2013s, like I said, the 2013s and newer are not exempt. However, it is a whole lot less common to have the hardware back out on the gallery gasket than people make it out to be. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video and this flattering angle of me driving the car, definitely let me know. If you don't like it, if you want, more of a walk around the car and point out it type video, then let me know. But this was a little bit new and different for me. I wanted to change it up a little bit. That way, it's not the same thing. You're not watching me do the same thing in every video. So wanted to make sure that I changed it up a little bit. But if you don't like it, then tell me you don't like it. Tell me what I should do better. And if you do like it, also let me know by giving it a like, and if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. But I think that's all I got. We'll see you on the next video.
Hello, how can I help you?
Yes, I have a mobile order under Caleb.
Caleb?
Yep.
Alrighty, got the microwave box and a nacho cheese Doritos Loco Taco.
Yep, that's it.
Alrighty, come around.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
We'll be ready momentarily.
All right. All right, thank you.